Ever have that feeling, where your brain just seems to throw like a million brilliant ideas and details at you all at once?
Oh, yeah. Like an exploded picture is how the sources put it.
Yeah.
Everything's there, but nothing's quite connected yet.
Exactly. Or maybe the opposite, where valuable thoughts just vanish. Like you've got what do they call it, a colander mind?
That's it. You can't quite hold on to the good stuff. It's that feeling of overwhelm,
Right.
the cognitive overload.
Yeah, the brain just trying to process way too much information without like a good system to catch it all.
And organize it.
Totally. And for a lot of people, especially if your mind works a bit differently, maybe like with ADHD, that fragmentation, it goes way beyond just losing track of your to-do list.
Right. It actually makes it tough to see and understand the whole picture of, well, of yourself.
Which is why today we're doing a deep dive into something really interesting. It's designed specifically for this challenge. It's an approach and a platform called GestaltView.
And we've got a great set of sources here. Really compelling stuff. Covers the core ideas, the methods they use, the founder's own story.
The personal journey behind it.
Exactly. Plus some technical details, the big vision. It's all in here.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is, well, to unpack all of this. We want to pull out the key insights, understand how this system actually aims to turn those scattered thoughts,
Plus fragments.
right, into what the sources call a beautiful tapestry of self, and figure out what makes it, unique.
Basically giving you a fast track to really grasping what this whole Gestalt view thing is about.
All right, let's jump in. Let's start with that problem again. The exploded picture mind, the fragmentation.
Yeah, the sources describe it as having all these brilliant details, these lightning bolt ideas just appearing all at the same time.
It's like your brain's this amazing idea factory, constantly churning out incredible puzzle pieces,
Uh-huh.
but they just arrive completely jumbled up. And the really frustrating part, some pieces just disappear before you can even grab them.
That's the colander mind thing. You
Yeah.
had this perfect insight, this crucial fact, like a second ago.
And then poof, gone.
Exactly. And, the sources tie this into things we understand about information processing, concepts like cognitive overload.
Right, where your working memory is just totally maxed out.
Yeah, or executive function challenges, which, for many people, especially those with ADHD, means struggling with organizing, planning, managing all those thoughts coming in.
It's not just about forgetting where you put your keys, is it?
No, not at all. It's the challenge of actually holding on to and connecting complex ideas about yourself, about the world.
And what seems powerful here from the sources is that Gestalt View isn't just like another productivity app telling you to make more lists.
Right. It's aimed squarely at the identity aspect of this fragmentation, helping you understand who you are, even when your thoughts and experiences feel kind of scattered all over the place.
Okay, so where did this come from? It sounds pretty specific.
Well, it's clear from the sources this wasn't just cooked up in a lab. It's really deeply rooted in the personal journey of the founder, Keith Soika.
Ah, okay. So it's personal.
Very.
Yeah.
The platform's described as a deeply personal expression. It came directly out of his own experience with that same exploded picture cognitive style. Mind that sees connections everywhere.
This is the pattern.
Exactly. But needed a way to sort of capture and structure all those insights.
Makes sense. Did the sources mention specific things that shaped it?
Yeah, several things. His experience, for instance, of being in the closet for years, that apparently fostered a really deep appreciation for authenticity.
Ah, creating a space where people feel truly seen, accepted.
Precisely. And also overcoming myocarditis back in 2020. That brought in themes of resilience, purposeful creation, things you can apparently feel in the platform's empathetic design.
And his professional background, I think the sources mentioned that too.
Over 20 years in management. But with his shoulder-to-shoulder philosophy, seeing leadership as partnership responsibility.
Okay, so not top down.
No. And that perspective really seems to have shaped how the AI is designed. It's not positioned as a boss or even just a tool, but more like a collaborator, a partner.
Interesting. And there was a specific event mentioned, Dunton Consulting.
Right. That was highlighted as a key catalyst.
Yeah.
Apparently, navigating that whole situation forced him to pull together this massive amount of scattered information.
To defend himself.
Essentially, yeah. To stand on his integrity, his facts. And it really hammered home the need for a system that could connect all those dots, not just externally, but internally too, so he could be seen, understood authentically.
Wow, that sounds like it could really shift your perspective. The sources talk about reaching a tipping point after that.
Yeah, where the vision for this system suddenly clicked into a concrete structure. And that feeling of constantly having to hold on to everything, it changed.
How so?
It shifted to this feeling that the system is holding you now, which you can imagine must be incredibly freeing if your mind naturally races like that.
Totally liberating. And part of what makes his approach unique, the sources say, is how he works with AI, using something called a God mode seed prompt.
Yeah, or Keith Soika's original seed prompt. It's described as this proprietary creative engine. It's what let him, apparently largely on his own, build this really complex, nuanced framework for GestaltView.
Okay, so we have the problem, the fragmented, exploded picture mind. What's the ultimate goal then? The vision.
Well, it's about taking all that perceived chaos, all those scattered pieces, and transforming them into something coherent, something you can appreciate, something beautiful.
So empowering users to see their unique way of thinking not as a burden, but actually as a strength.
Exactly. Achieving clarity, a deep, integrated understanding of themselves. That's the core aim.
So taking all those brilliant, but maybe disconnected bits of yourself, experiences, skills, values, even the quirks, and weaving them together into a cohesive whole.
That's the weaving of the beautiful tapestry idea you mentioned, integrating it all. And the insight there is that this integration leads to clarity, to confidence, to being able to actually articulate your unique value.
Both to yourself and maybe to others too.
Absolutely. And it's framed as a continuous journey. The tapestry isn't something you just finish. It keeps growing, getting richer as you add more insights, more experiences.
Right. It evolves. Okay, that makes sense conceptually. But how? How does GestaltView actually do this? What are the methods?
Okay, so the sources detail several specific proprietary methodologies. They're kind of the engine behind it all. First, and maybe most fundamental, is the AI itself. It's designed very intentionally as a collaborator friend.
Okay, so definitely not your average chatbot.
No, they really emphasize its specific persona. It's built to be empathetic, supportive, inquisitive.
Non-judgmental.
Yes, exactly. The idea is to build rapport, build trust. It's designed to think with you, not just do tasks for you.
Like an external brain support system.
Kind of, yeah. Like an external cognitive prosthesis. A supportive partner helping to augment your working memory, especially when you're juggling a lot of thoughts. The key insight is that the AI isn't just processing data, it's building a relationship based on understanding you.
Okay, interesting. What's next? Bucket drops. That sounds like a direct answer to the call under mind problem.
It really is. It's designed to be super easy, super low friction, a way to capture those fleeting thoughts, those lightning bolt ideas that pop up.
Before they disappear.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Effortlessly. You just drop the thought into the system.
Yeah.
And the powerful thing here isn't just saving notes. It's like you're literally getting back pieces of your own thinking that might otherwise just vanish.
So the colander becomes a bucket.
Precisely. A reliable bucket.
And these bucket drops, they feed into something called the personal language key, the PLK.
And this seems really crucial for making the AI feel like it actually gets you.
How does that work?
Well, it's a pretty unique approach. The AI actively learns your specific way of talking, your word choices, the metaphors you use, your tone, even subtle communication habits.
So it builds up this profile of my voice.
Exactly. It's co-created. And the insight is this allows for genuine AI intimacy. The AI starts interacting with you using your language patterns, which makes the interactions feel authentic, more accurate, and avoids that generic kind of stilted AI feel. It understands your nuance.
Wow. So the AI really learns you. And the sources say you can even nudge it, like remind it to check the PLK.
Yeah, or the AI might even offer observations about your style. But you're always in control. That's stressed.
Got it. Okay, what else? There's the loom approach.
Right. Think about weaving on an actual loom.
Okay, layer by layer.
Exactly. It's iterative. You start with maybe a broad idea, an insight from a bucket drop, perhaps. And then over time, you weave in more details, make connections, refine it.
So it's not a one-and-done thing.
No. The insight is that this mirrors how real understanding builds in our brains. Through repetition, structured layering. It's like digital neuroplasticity in a way. It builds clarity and confidence through this ongoing structured process.
And that leads us to weaving the tapestry itself, which is both the big vision and a core method.
That's right. This is the big picture process. Integrating and synthesizing everything, the bucket drops, the loom refinements, the PLK understanding, insights from different modules we'll touch on.
Pulling it all together.
Into that dynamic, structured master list or user profile. And the core idea here, this master list becomes your evolving, coherent self-portrait, an integrated you. It transforms those fragmented self-perceptions into something whole, something empowering.
Like a living wiki of your own mind.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Rooted in that Gestalt idea, seeing the whole picture, not just the scattered parts.
Okay. The sources also mention specific modules that kind of feed into this tapestry weaving, right?
hmm They offer different angles for self-discovery, all contributing to that central master list. There's co-creative master list onboarding.
How does that work?
The AI acts like a really skilled interviewer. It helps you collaboratively build your foundational profile. Covers resumes, skills, personality traits, even navigating tough experiences. It's based on cognitive psychology, narrative therapy.
So helping you structure your own story to find meaning.
Exactly. Then there's the Character Forge module, which I found really interesting.
What does that do?
It helps you build narratives of resilience, specifically looking at challenging times and identifying your fire actions, what you actually did when things got tough.
Focusing on strengths revealed through adversity.
Right. Uses narrative therapy techniques.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is promoting post-traumatic growth, finding strength and insight from hardship, not just dwelling on the difficulty.
That sounds powerful. What about more practical stuff?
Well, there's resume and skills illumination. The AI analyzes your input, not just to list jobs, but to actually help uncover hidden talents, things you might not even recognize in yourself.
Oh, cool.
And then it helps you articulate those strengths in ways that are compelling and, ATS friendly. So, formats that those automated job application systems can actually understand, making your unique value clear.
That's useful. And Music Quest journaling, that sounds different.
Yeah, it integrates with music platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Connect songs, lyrics, your reflections on them.
Music is so personal.
Exactly. And the AI helps link those emotional insights back to other parts of your profile, using something deeply personal to deepen self-expression.
Nice. What else?
There's a daily journal for just ongoing thoughts, where the AI can help spot patterns over time you might miss, and a module for exploring interests and hobbies. The AI might gently prompt exploration or suggest connections, but again, always with user opt-out.
And I like the idea of capturing the little nuances.
Articulating those subtle things, personality quirks, preferences, cognitive styles that make you you. And that continuously refines the personal language key.
So all these modules, they aren't separate silos.
No, not at all. The insight is that they all work together. They synergistically feed into that central master list, constantly enriching and integrating your self-understanding.
And this whole system, it seems like it would be especially helpful for minds that naturally have that exploded picture feel.
Yep.
Which brings us back to ADHD.
Yes, the sources make it clear GestaltView has a specific focus there. For ADHD and other neurodivergent minds, they call it HD cognitive scaffolding.
HD as in high definition.
Right. The goal is a high-definition understanding of self for people with these cognitive styles. The AI acts as this dynamic, responsive, external support structure, scaffolding for executive functions.
Okay, so it's literally providing structure and support where it might be challenging internally, capturing thoughts, organizing info.
Providing that accessible master list as like an external working memory and self-reference guide.
Got it.
Exactly. And the core goal here, and this is a really powerful insight, is to help reframe ADHD. Not see it as a deficit, but as a unique cognitive strength.
By helping weave that exploded picture into the beautiful tapestry.
Fostering gratitude, appreciation for their unique way of seeing the world.
Do they mention practical features for that? Like
What?
the interface?
Yeah, tailored UI/UX elements. Things like customizable notifications, visual organizers, designed specifically to reduce cognitive load for these users,
Right.
making the system itself easier, less overwhelming to use.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, underneath all this functionality, the sources really emphasize some core principles, right?
Right.
Privacy, ethics.
Absolutely. Paramount. The sources are incredibly clear. User data is treated as a secure sanctuary, meaning it's truly given to yourself. It is not shared. It's not used for external AI training. Access is strictly controlled by the user. They talk about prioritizing local first or edge processing.
So keeping data on your device as much as possible.
Right. And you can export all your data in a standard format JSON for complete personal control and ownership.
And ethical AI.
Also a strong commitment mentioned, including bias checks, transparency in how the AI operates.
And critically, that critical boundary disclaimer.
Yes, very important. They make it explicit. GestaltView is a tool for self-discovery and cognitive support. It is not a substitute for professional therapy or medical advice.
So it empowers self-exploration, but guides you to seek professional help when needed.
Exactly. It knows its lane.
Okay. Looking bigger picture now, beyond the individual user, the sources position this as potentially creating a whole new market category.
Yeah,